lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so excited that you've come across my channel today. I have been working over the past 14 days on creating different looks for Valentine's Day, and I called this my Heart Eyes series. And so for each of these different looks, I went through and I started out with a palette pile video showing off the 14 different palettes that I was going to be using for these different looks. And so if you missed that palette pile video, I'll put the link for it in the description box below. You can definitely go check it out. In that video, I went through each of these different palettes and explained why I was using them for Valentine's looks based on the color stories and the packaging, all that good stuff. And then after that, I went through and used each one of these 14 palettes to create a different makeup look and created a short tutorial for each one. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take a look at those 14 different looks that I made, and I'm going to rank them. And so this is not ranking the palette, I'm ranking the looks that I created with the palette. If you haven't seen the looks, I'll put the link for all of them in the description box below, so you can definitely check them out. But I will have some video up on the screen throughout this video, so you can see each of the different looks and you can see the techniques that I use. So I'm just going to be ranking them based on the look itself, how I felt wearing it, the techniques that I use, and overall just which ones that I like the most. So if you're interested, definitely stay tuned. Come along with me and let's make up the rules. The palette that I am ranking as number 14, which was my least favorite, is going to be the look that I created using the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. It is not hard to see why I would choose this palette for a Valentine's-inspired look. It is really cute, and the inside of the palette even looks like a box of chocolate, so it is really cute, and I love the color story in here. The reason that I am ranking this look as number 14 is just because I felt like the colors that I used in this look were pretty, but I definitely felt like the look was very dark. Of course, this palette is mostly brown, so I used a lot of brown and then just some pops of pink on the lid. And I thought it was a pretty look. I just felt like it was a little bit on the dark side. It was blended well. I thought that the mattes went together nicely. But overall, this just wasn't my favorite look. There really isn't a lot else to it. I thought it looked nice. I thought I applied it well, but it just wasn't my favorite. I really enjoyed a lot of the other looks that I created better. So I'm just ranking this one on the lowest just because of the look that I made and that I liked a lot of the other looks better. Number 13 on the list is the look that I created using the monochromatic 9-pan palette from ColourPop, the Strawberry Shake palette. This is a really cute palette. It is mostly pinks in here with a little bit of pops of orange, which is a little unexpected for a strawberry palette, but you can see, especially the shade down here, there is a little bit of orange. It is a really pretty palette. I really like the color story in here, and I felt like I applied the shadows well in the look that I created, and I felt like it was pretty and it was nice. I do feel like I leaned a little bit more into the orange shades than I meant to. I wanted this to be more of a pink look, and so I felt like putting the orange in there kind of took it from being more of a pink Valentine's Day look into more of a neutral everyday kind of look. And overall, this just like the Too Faced Bonbon look that I created just wasn't my favorite. There were a lot of other looks I created that I liked more, so that's why I'm ranking this one pretty low on the list. Number 12 on our Valentine look ranking is going to be the look that I created using the Color Spell by Profusion Berry Into Hue palette. This is a really cute, fun palette. It's definitely giving 2000s vibes and just kind of like Lizzie McGuire and things like that. It is a very pretty palette. It's got a lot of pinks in here. I'm going to take off the little plastic sheet that is over the shades. It just has the shade names on it just so you can better see the eyeshadows in here. It is a very pretty palette. It has a lot of range in here with pinks and purples and some kind of neutral shade. It is really nice and I really like this palette. I will say the quality in this palette is not my favorite. It's definitely not the best, and the shimmers in here are very muted. They don't have a lot of shine to them, and that is really a lot of why I'm ranking this particular look very low on the list, is just because of the palette and the quality. I wasn't able to create a look quite like what I was hoping that I could create. I definitely wanted the shimmers to pop a lot more than they did. They were very soft and very muted. I even tried to build them up a little bit by putting some mattes underneath them and then using some NYX glitter glue and helping the shimmers to pop, and none of the things that I did really made much of a difference. I felt like the shimmers were very muted. Overall, I felt like this was a pretty look. It was blended well, and I really liked all of the pinks. I thought it was very Valentine's-y, but mostly just the shimmers is why I'm ranking this pretty low on the list, just because it didn't have as much of a pop or as much of a shine as I was hoping. Number 11 on the list is the look that I created using the Winnie the Pooh palette from Taste Beauty. This is such a cute palette. Of course, Winnie the Pooh is such a sweet and fun character and definitely perfect for Valentine's Day, just love and friendship and all of those just sweet emotions that we have. This is a really cute palette. I absolutely love the color story in here. It is definitely very soft and very muted, and the look that I created, of course, matches that color story. It was a very soft, very muted look. It had a little bit of pink and some browns in there. I really liked using this matte brown shade to really kind of deepen up the look and create a little bit more depth to it. I thought this look was really pretty. I really enjoyed wearing it. It felt nice to wear, and the only reason I'm ranking this one a little bit lower is just because it didn't have quite as much interest or intrigue to it. It was a very just kind of neutral look. It really didn't have a whole lot of creativity to it. It was mostly just some soft mattes blended together with some pretty shimmers in there. So some of the other looks that I created, I felt like had a lot more technique to them, and they were cooler and had just more to them. So that's why I'm ranking this one a little bit lower. Like I said, I really liked it. It just wasn't quite as cool as some of the other looks that I made. Number 10 on this Valentine's looks ranking is going to be the look that I created using the Too Faced Appley in Love palette. This is such a cute palette. I used this for Valentine's Day last year and of course this year, and I think it is just such a cute color story. It's got some reds and pinks in here. They go perfectly for Valentine's Day. And the look that I created using this palette was so much fun. I felt so inspired. I created a pizza themed look. I created a heart on one side with a pizza on it, and then on the other side I created a moon. I thought that the shades in here were perfect for that look, and I thought it turned out really cute. I do feel like my application on the pizza and the moon could have been better. I think it could have looked a little bit more realistic, and so that's why I'm ranking this look a little bit lower. But I did really like the actual makeup that I did on my eyes. I did a cut crease, and then I used this beautiful shimmer right here. This one is called Apple of My Eye. It was so pretty. I used it all over the lid, and I thought that it was really pretty and really nice and created a very beautiful look. I'm ranking this one a little bit lower on the list just because my pizza and my moon didn't turn out as well as I had hoped, but I did think it was a really pretty look and I had a lot of fun creating it. Number 9 on this list is going to be the look I created using the Menagerie Cosmetics Flight Club palette. I absolutely love this palette. I created an entire video using this, talking all about my love of bats and how excited I was to find a bat themed palette. So if you're interested in that video, definitely check out the link in the description box below. This is such a cute color story. It is perfect for this time of year. It's sort of pinky purple, and this was the only purple look that I created for my Valentine's look, so I was really happy with that. I thought that was very cool and very unique. I did create a cut crease using this palette, and I thought the cut crease was really cool and really fun. As I was applying it, I was definitely feeling kind of nervous. It was very overwhelming. It was a lot of shades on my eyes. It was definitely one of those trust the process kind of looks, and so I was really happy by the time that I finished that it turned out really pretty. It was a very big, very bold look. It wasn't my favorite look out of all of the hard eyes looks that I created, so that's why I'm ranking it a little bit lower on the list, but it definitely has nothing to do with the palette or the color story. I think this palette is beautiful. I just think my technique, it was just a little overwhelming and it was a lot of shades in it, but I did think it was fun to create, and I was definitely very happy with just the creativity of this look. The next look on this ranking is going to be the look that I created using the Beauty Intuition Pretty Pinks palette. This is a really cute palette. I picked this one up at the Dollar Tree. It is just really cute. It doesn't have a lot of shades in here. It doesn't have a lot of depth. But I will say, for a palette that I had never actually used before and that came from Dollar Tree, creating a look with this palette, I was unexpectedly surprised with how cute this look was and how much I enjoyed wearing it. It was definitely an all matte look. It was the only all matte look that I had for all of my Hard Eyes look. And so I don't typically do an all matte look. I usually have some shimmer in there, but I really enjoyed the all matte. I thought it looked really nice. Everything blended together beautifully, and I thought it was really cute. It was a very pretty, very soft look, and I definitely really enjoyed wearing this one for Valentine's Day. The next look on this ranking is the look that I created using the BH Cosmetics Passion in Paris palette. This is a beautiful palette. It is such a lovely theme. It is themed all about the city of Paris, the city of love, which is perfect for Valentine's Day, and the color story in here is absolutely gorgeous. I did create a look using this palette, and I can link that video in the description box below, and it was such a deep and beautiful look. And then for Valentine's Day, for my Hard Eyes look, I created a look that was more based on these red shades down here on the bottom. I was so happy with this look. I thought it had so much depth and it was blended very well. I will say I'm ranking this one a little bit lower just because of my technique. When I applied the red matte over here on the outer corner, the brush that I used I think was a little bit too small. If I would have used a bigger brush that was just a little bit more fluffy and was better for blending, I think I would have had a better blend on the outer corners or the outer edges. So that's why I'm ranking this one a little bit lower. But I did really like the look that I created. The reds blended together beautifully. I really liked using this Moulin Rouge shade on the lid. I thought it looked really nice. And then I really enjoyed on the lower lash line applying this deep, more black shade with some silver over top of it. I thought that was a really fun look and definitely created a very unique and interesting look to this tutorial. So I definitely really enjoyed creating this look and using the Passion in Paris palette. Number 6 on the ranking is the look that I created using the Wet n Wild X Disney Villains Collection palette Unleashed. This is such a cute palette. I did create an entire dedicated video to this palette and creating a tutorial for it, so definitely check that out in the description box below. But this is such a pretty palette, and I definitely said in my palette pile video that I was going to be looking at this bottom half of the palette, and that's definitely what I did for my Valentine's look. I was so happy with how this look turned out. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. The color story in here is so pretty. It had so much depth to it, and I was able to really deepen it up with this beautiful black matte. But the reason I'm ranking this one a little bit higher on the list is just because of one of the techniques that I used. I applied this pretty pink shade all over the lid, and then I put this beautiful shimmer up here on top of the pink, and I thought the blend of that was beautiful, and I really felt like this shimmer had so much shift to it that it shifted from kind of pink to purple to red, and it just blended so beautifully in with this look and created just such a lovely shimmer on the lid. So I was really happy with how that turned out, and that's why this one's ranking just a little bit higher on the list. I do have some other ones that I liked a little bit more than this look, so that's why it's more a little bit lower, but it definitely was one of my favorites that I created. Number 5 on the list is going to be the look that I created using the Cosmic Beauty Muse palette. This is such a beautiful palette and very easy to see why I would choose this for a Valentine's Day look. The color story in here is absolutely lovely. It's so just deep and grungy and has even some softness to it. So it is really, really pretty. I really enjoyed the look that I created with this palette. I felt like it was very deep. It was very classy. It just had a nice elegance to it. I will say that the reason I'm ranking this one just a little bit on the lower side is just because if you can tell, I was wearing red earrings and red lipstick, and I was intending for this to be a little bit more of a red look, and it ended up turning out more pink than I had hoped. I did use this rosewood shade, and I was hoping that would bring out a little bit more of the red, but like I said, it turned out more pink than I had intended, and so that's why I'm ranking this one a little bit lower, is just because of my technique. But overall, I thought that the look was beautiful, and I was really happy with how it turned out. Number 4 on this ranking is going to be the look that I created using the Wet n Wild and Alice in Wonderland collection, the Lost in Wonderland palette. This is a really cute palette. I got the entire collection when I got this palette, and it is so cute. I use a lot of the products from this collection on the regular, and I really love the color story in here. It is a lot of fun. It's got a lot of versatility to it, and I will say, as I created my Heart Eyes look, I was really excited that I used a lot of the shades in here in one look, because I do feel like there is just a lot of versatility. There's not always a lot of cohesion in here. There's kind of a lot going on, but I was really happy I was able to use a lot of the shades in here for this look, and I really liked that I was able to combine some red and some pink together in the look, so I felt like that was definitely very Valentine's-y, and I really enjoyed getting to do that. And then placing this pressed glitter all over top of the lid I thought was really pretty and created just a little extra pop to the look. I used this black to deepen up the outer corner, and I thought that made a really deep and dramatic kind of look, and I just overall felt like this look was blended very nicely. I really enjoyed this gold inner corner that I created, so overall this was just such a cute look, and I was really happy with how it turned out. We have finally made it to the top 3 of this list, and I'm so excited about these top 3 looks. I was so happy with how they looked. So the first one that we're going to be looking at, number 3 on the list, is coming from Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Paris La Boheme palette. This was such a pretty palette. It's one of their newest releases, and I'm so happy with how this one looked. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. This is such a beautiful color story. It's definitely very beautiful and very grungy. We've got a lot of pinks and purples on one side and more of the blues and greens on the other side, and so definitely for my Valentine's look I stuck more with this side with the pinks and the purples, and I created a beautiful halo eye. I was so happy with how this look turned out. I thought it was beautiful and soft and feminine. It felt nice to wear, and the only reason I'm ranking this one number 3 instead of a little bit higher on the list was more just because of my technique. I love the halo eye. I thought that was perfect for Valentine's Day, but I did feel like when I applied the shimmers, I applied them in too much of a straight line, and I had a little bit of a hard time blending them out, and so that's why I'm ranking this one just a little bit lower, is just because of my technique. But overall, I thought that the look turned out beautiful. I love this palette. I love the color story, and I was very happy with how the look turned out overall. Number 2 on the list is going to be the look that I created using the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine palette from Mad Beauty. This is such a cute palette. I picked this one up at Books A Million a little while back, and it is so fun. The color story in here is absolutely gorgeous. I love the shape of the palette. Everything about it is so cute. And of course, this is such a cute and just Valentine's-y color story and palette, and it is no mystery why I picked to use this one for one of my Heart Eyes looks. It is so cute, and I was so happy with how the look turned out. I had a lot of pink in the look, and I thought that was beautiful and Valentine's-y, and then I used this beautiful silvery gold shimmer on top of the lid, and I thought that that really just brought the whole look together. It was so cute. It felt really nice to wear, and I really loved just the vibe that I had with this look, with the earrings that I wore. And if you're interested in those, I do have a La Visa haul video, and I'll put the link for that in the description box below. That's where I got those earrings, and then my white headband. It all just came together and created such a cute and groovy look. So I was really happy just overall with how this look turned out and the theme of it. And we have finally made it to number 1, my favorite of my Heart Eyes looks, and this is the look that I created using the BH Cosmetics Mimosa palette. And if you were watching my shorts throughout this series, you're probably not surprised to see this one at the top. The look that I created using this beautiful pink color story was so much fun. I just had so much fun creating this look. I used some sticker sheets, and I pulled out some heart stickers and put them on my eyes, and then I blended the eyeshadow around them, and then when I peeled them off, they left some really cool heart shape, and then I filled them in with some shimmers. It was so much fun. It was such a cute and bubbly look. I really enjoyed getting to do something just fun and creative and different, and I really enjoyed creating this look, and I was so happy with how it turned out. It was so pretty. The stickers left the most perfect heart-shaped stencils on my eyes, and I was just really pleased with this look overall. So this is no surprise that this one is top on this list, and it was my favorite of all of my Heart Eyes looks. And I would also like to include an honorable mention on this Valentine's ranking list, and this is a palette that I did not have while I did my palette pile video or my heart eyes short, but I picked it up since, and it is actually the one that I have on my eyes today, and it is the Cosmic Beauty Angelic palette. This is their newest release. It is so cute. It is such a pretty little 12-pan palette. I really enjoy getting to create the video using this, and I'll put the link for that video in the description box below. But this color story is absolutely gorgeous. It is perfect for Valentine's Day, and you can see that the look that I created with the pinks and the purples was definitely perfect for Valentine's as well. So I really wanted to include this on the list, even though it wasn't part of my Heart Eyes series, and just to include it just because it's so perfectly Valentine's. And these are all 14 of my Heart Eyes looks. I had so much fun going through my pile of palettes and just taking a look at all 14 of these shorts that I created and getting to rank them. It was really fun just to look at my techniques, at the color stories, at the different looks that I created, and getting to just rank them from my least favorite to favorite. I'm curious to hear if you had the same favorite or if maybe some of the other ones stood out to you more. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you would like to see more palette piles, shorts rankings, and all of these shorts tutorials, then please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you around, and we've got lots more fun to come in the future. Until next time, let's be kind to each other, beautiful to ourselves, and never afraid to make up the rules.